The former United States Air Force captain, Robert Salas, attempted in 2010, along with 5 USAF officers and a UFO researcher, to present official documents that would prove UFOs were hovering over nuclear bases and even deactivating missiles. According to him, the 7 individuals intended to submit a document containing testimonies from over 120 reports by former military officials pointing to an alien intervention until around 2003. He stated that there is an intelligence community with branches worldwide covering up human involvement with extraterrestrials. During his service at the Malmstrom military base in 1967, he claimed to have witnessed the appearance of UFOs. The revelations, disclosed in an interview with the British newspaper The Sun, emphasized that governments would be unwilling to publicly comment or investigate possible alien contacts because they have gained access to valuable technologies, leading the ex-captain to sign a document to keep the reports confidential. According to him, the USAF has lied about the impacts of UFOs on nuclear bases on national security, and we have evidence. The group asserts that unidentified flying objects have been flying over nuclear bases since 1948 and claims to possess documents proving this. In many cases, missiles malfunction simultaneously with disc-shaped objects silently flying near the bases. Another group member, Charles Holt, claims to have seen a disc-shaped flying object emitting a beam of light toward the Royal Air Force (RAF) base in Bentwaters, England. Afterward, he heard on the radio that the spacecraft had landed in a storage area. The former officials believe that the governments of both countries have covered up the news, using excellent disinformation methods. In this example from the West Virginia base in the year 2000, we have a type of sighting that dates back to the mid-20th century, a time when drones and similar technologies did not yet exist. This rules out the possibility of any human invention among the sightings of that era. As can be observed, we witnessed the presence of UFOs in the form of silver spheres circulating and hovering between the chimneys. In March 2011, the world was impacted by a massive earthquake in Japan that also caused damage to the Fukushima plant. After the incident, 10 strange objects appeared in the sky above the damaged reactor, hovering over the site for several hours before disappearing during the night. The UFOs were there for some reason, but the mystery persists to this day. Were they present to monitor the situation, or perhaps to intervene in some way? During the second major global conflict, in a remote location in the deserts of New Mexico, the United States conducted their first nuclear test. The test was codenamed Trinity. The Trinity test proved to be a turning point in history. A few weeks after the test, the United States attacked Japan, leading to its surrender. However, in New Mexico, the Trinity test also triggered something unexpected. A series of bizarre UFO sightings were reported by witnesses, describing them as green fireballs flying at incredible speeds, and no one could identify what these objects were. No scientific explanation for the green fireballs has been found to this day. UFO researchers believe that these are, in fact, reconnaissance vehicles, akin to alien probes dispatched from a mothership to gather information. Occurred in the former Soviet Union on October 4, 1982, a massive flying saucer seemingly activated several stored missiles, although they were in a position to be launched. According to documents from the Soviet Ministry of Defense obtained by American investigative reporter George Knapp, the UFO appeared over an intermediate-range missile base near the Ukrainian town of Bilokorovich. At one point in the underground launch control capsule, several missiles suddenly went into countdown mode even though no one had entered the launch authorization codes. Then, after a harrowing 15 seconds, the anomaly ceased, and everything returned to normal operational status. This potentially disastrous incident was almost identical to the one reported to Robert Hastings by former U.S. Air Force missile launch officer David Schur. Schur stated that a UFO had triggered the launch sequence of several Minuteman missiles at Minot Air Force Base in North Dakota one night in 1966. As this UFO passed over the missile site, we began receiving erratic indications on that missile, and we also received a launch indicator. In this case, the commander had to activate an inhibition switch to halt the unauthorized countdown. But were those aboard the UFOs really trying to initiate a large-scale conflict? Or did their commands simply trigger a false launch alarm, leaving our systems confused and wanting to send us a message that they are in control? According to Robert Hastings, who has investigated these incidents for decades, his opinion is that those piloting the UFOs are visitors from elsewhere engaged in these provocative actions at American and Russian missile sites to convey a message that we, humans, are playing with fire and that using the weapons we have stockpiled would mean the end of the planet and humanity. We will now see some cases circulating on the internet where UFOs appear to interfere with launches. During the test launch by the Vandenberg Air Force in California in 1964, a video reconstruction was made based on the official reports of the time. It seems that the UFO used some type of laser for deactivation. After the use of the laser, the missile lost its trajectory and failed. Now in real footage where the rocket was traveling at a speed of 19,000 miles per hour, while the UFO was hovering around it as if it were stationary. In this case as well, it activated a laser and caused it to fail. Also, observe the ease with which the UFO keeps pace and flies around it. And finally, this one circulating on the internet is a supposed leak from the Canadian Air Force, only breadcrumbs remain of it. And for you? Is there any explanation for these appearances specifically at power plants or during conflicts involving nuclear energy? Subscribe to the channel and let me know what you think in the comments. These and other cases are showcased here on the Mystery Machine channel. If you enjoy this type of content, please subscribe.